there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com, here with an update to yesterday's video about the hysteria about the modern cards that were not being printed in Modern Masters 3 just skyrocketing in value. While there was a little bit of factor to why those cards went up, the main reason was explained in the comment section, is also explained in a newsletter sent off by TCG Player, that one of their main partners, I guess not really partners the right thing, but there's a software called Crystal Commerce, which a lot of stores use, that syncs up eBay, TCG Player, as well as their own storefronts. And apparently it was lagging so bad that TCG Player disabled Crystal Commerce until Crystal Commerce could get their lag down. And so what that caused was a huge price discrepancy happening. I even looked at a lot of EDH cards that were just so undervalued. Like they dropped $4 in one day, which just didn't make any sense why there'd be a huge drop in just like every card was either went way up or way down. And that makes sense. It was basically just because when you take the amount of people that, I mean, a lot of the bigger name stores that have hundreds and hundreds of cards on TCG Player, hundreds of copies of each card on TCG Player, they go down. Then how MTG Goldfish does it takes like an average. So it tries to average out the prices and give you a mid base price. They use TCG mid, I believe. And then it caused that huge price discrepancy. I'm not sure if eBay was also affected by this while Crystal Commerce was updating their software, but that was the main reason. However, a lot of the price spike was also caused by opportunists that seized the moment, and when all their competitors went down, they just jacked up the prices like crazy. And so there was legitimate buyouts apparently on like the Through the Breach and a bit on Merchant Scroll. You can see that Merchant Scroll is still around $8. And so there was some of those price increases were legitimate, and why we're seeing those still pop up on the daily changes top is because there still was the most movement in those particular cards. So yes and no is what my answer is to yesterday's video. Yes, there has been a ton of movement, and I still think it's pure insanity for people to invest in all these cards that did not get a reprint in Modern Masters 2. Like the Fulminator Mage still went way up. And, you know, Karn Liberated, Through the Breach, all these Chalice, all these are going way up just due to the fact that they aren't being reprinted in Modern Masters. I still think that's a mistake. I still think we have to wait and see with the evidence if this is going to lead to a huge influx of player in Modern. And I'm still under the impression that it is not. So anyway, let's just show the evidence here for what we're talking about. They sent off this newsletter, TCG Player did. They have Crystal Commerce stability issues. 40% of shoppers abandon the site if it takes more than 3 seconds to load, and 75% of users will leave a website if it takes more than 5 seconds to load. So they have a policy if getting information from a source outside takes more than 8 seconds, it just automatically disables that traffic. So anyway, that was the main reason. You can read more about this on TCG Player's help site. And I think that we're still reeling from Crystal Commerce issues, because you can see these cards are still crazy unstable with the ups and downs. So, of course, this just should be going down from Damnation. This is a bad one to pick. And then it jumps back up. So most cards, I think we can even go to just so many cards in, let's just pick a random set here. Let's pick Magic 2013. And we can probably pick on any of these cards here. Omniscience, and it should have a huge decrease. Yeah, see, huge increase and huge decrease. That was the Crystal Commerce issue. So we should see things really start to stabilize in price. And I'll try to get an update video as we get updates with cards that are actually moving. So yeah, it's just hard to track the prices. But that didn't still stop opportunists from making a buck or trying to capitalize on the system being so faulty at this moment, which is just blah. If you shop from people like that, don't ever shop from them again. That is just completely unethical business practices. If when you identify that there is like a software issue or just a something that is gone awry in the sites, and then try to capitalize that at other people's expense, that's about as dirty as you can go. But you know, it's the nature of the beast. That's why we have a lot of checks for capitalism. I still get so much criticism. Like people, it just seems to be this new, this the new trend to really hate on business, hate on capitalists, hate on just our system, our economic system here in the West, because it is exploitable, and that's why we do have a lot of oversight. I think that that's the whole purpose for the government, is to put some checks and balances on the economic system to make sure that people don't defraud or use unethical business practices to exploit individuals. So again, I'm a big believer in protecting the individual over than protecting the collective, but it does go both ways. So anyway, just be careful out there until we get the prices settled down. I wouldn't be buying cards from TCG Player at this moment until everything gets. I mean, unless you find a good deal, of course, you can definitely buy. But this is basically the price trends you can see on every set. Yeah, this is Crystal Commerce going offline and back online. So just wait a few hours or a few days before you make any significant purchases, and everything should settle out. And we'll be back on giving updates about the MTG finance world, especially when it comes to modern. So anyway, I just thought I'd put this video out here to spread this information and let everyone aware of the issues going on. This is Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.